Good morning and welcome back to art class with Mr. Darby. I hope you grab your pencils and paper already because today we're going to draw a Labrador Retriever puppy in a basket. Let's get started. For a puppy today, we're going to find the middle of the paper and come up a little bit, and we're going to make a less than symbol. We'll do the same thing, sliding to the left side and give it some space in between. This is for your puppy's eyes. Remember, this is a puppy in a basket, so we have to have room for the whole thing. I like to make a diagonal line coming down, and then back in, and down, and back in. The symmetry is probably the hardest part of this project, okay? But you can just keep working with it until you're happy. For the nose, we're going to stop a second here, and we'll come down. The nose is a little further down than you might think, and it's also a little bigger. So I'm going to find the middle and make a slightly curved line right there. I'm going to come underneath it, come down, and then put a flat line here. So it's not a true, like a upside down triangle. Curve in. Curve in. There you go. And then we're going to put a little line down right here. Alright, so what I'd like to do here is make the bottom of the mouth come over and then kind of come up right underneath the eye, probably around the middle of the eye. So I'll come around, curve it up so it looks like it's smiling, stop in the middle on that side. Then I want to match it on the right side. Yep, as long as it's close, it'll be great. Okay, and right above the nose, there's some thickness on this nose, so we're just going to put a little line up and down. The nose will be black, the eyes will be black. In fact, we can do a little reflection here and a little reflection here. All right, I just like to put them up toward the right corner. Those are not the eyeballs looking, so don't be alarmed. Let's take a second and put our tongue in. The tongue is sticking out. Nice long tongue here. And up. And then we can see the side of the mouth over here, and it's a little bit wavy, like a dog has a little wavy mouth there, wavy line here, and this one's going to come over here a little further, so that they would look like they're connecting back through here. If you want to color it in now, go ahead. We can color it in later. I'll probably color it more when I go back over this. So let's stop right there for a second. All right, let's make our mouth come up a little bit higher, all right, on both sides. And then we're going to kind of bring a line up in that goes right underneath the nose. And we'll make a line on this side coming up and another line here. It's actually coming inside the eyes. I say strange things sometimes. All right. Okay, and then we can kind of give a little dimple above the eye for where the fur comes in for its eyebrow. And here, like this. And then we can make the bottom of the mouth. So when we make the bottom of the mouth, we're going to come in underneath, right underneath, and we're going to follow this up and then bring it out and up. And we'll do something very similar on this side over here. So we're going to come out and up and up. And it goes outside of the eye, right? Okay, so symmetrical, which means it should be similar on this side to this side. A real symmetry would be the mirror image, okay? So we'll stop with the bottom of the mouth for a minute and we'll do the top of the head. So before I do the top of the head though, these eyes are bothering me. I'm just going to go ahead and color them in black and leave my reflection. You probably already did, but you'll see how much nicer that looks once we color those eyes in. You can color your nose black too. Our golden retriever has a nice black nose. I'll do that later. All right. So let's come up. It's about the same distance from the eye to the top of the nose is how far up our head will be. And I'm going to just put a dot right there for a second. And now I realize that this comes all the way over past the outside of the head here. So I'm going to draw a little dot here. I'm going to come up and I'm going to draw a little dot right about here. And then what we'll do is we'll make our head kind of fuzzy. So a little bit of a wavy line coming down at a diagonal over to the left and over to the right. And here's where the ears kind of come in. All right. What I want to do is I want to make the inside of the ear first. So right underneath this, I'm going to just start coming down and make it wiggly so the ear looks like it's fuzzy. It doesn't touch the side of the cheek because it's all fur, so our lines are a little bit strange, and it stops there. I'm going to do a little bit of the same on this ear here. Just kind of come down about to the tongue, and then we're going to come over. This one is a little longer than this one. That's okay because this ear is not perfectly symmetrical. So now we're going to come out past. This one is going to come down a little bit, and then I'm going to, it's kind of a diagonal here, it's not straight down, and then I'm going to bring it down and around and connect to a point over here. And this one is going to kind of come down and then out and then in. And I think one of the big things you want to do here is make sure that your ears are about the same size, because if one is really huge and one is really small, you're going to be disappointed. All right, we could do it our puppy's neck next. All right, so right here underneath the ear, I'm going to kind of make a fuzzy line coming down. There's like a shoulder, and then here's part of the arm. All right, and I'm going to stop for a second. I'm going to slide over, leave a gap, a little gap. I'm going to make the hand look like it's reaching over the basket. So the basket's going to come down around through. This is the paw coming over the basket. So I come up, look at where that's at. It's directly below the eye. And then I'm going to make the puppy paw come over at a diagonal and then to here and down just a little bit. We're going to make the other paw, and the other paw is coming over the basket. It's actually out over here under the ear. So come down from the ear. If you can imagine the basket's coming across, well, we can make it coming across here now. Let's pretend, okay? So here's the basket. We'll put some fur here. Let's put a point so we know where we're drawing. Here's the fur kind of over the edge of the basket. And then let's make this paw. So this paw is coming in a diagonal here, and it comes down. So it looks like it's coming over the basket as well. And then it's going to come up and over. And so you can see it's like a U shape, right? A U shape. And this is where the arm goes back. So it looks a little strange for now, but when you add the rest of the neck, which comes out right here, okay, and it comes over and then it comes down and connects, just like that. Then it will look like the puppy's inside of the basket. So add a little line here. I'm going to add a little fur here. You don't want to do too many lines in here because the dog is going to look wrinkly and old if you do that. Bring a line here. And I'll put a little line coming down here. And a little line coming down here. I want to put a line kind of like to the eye a little bit. And do the same thing on the other side. Symmetry again. Doesn't have to be exactly the same, but close. And then over here on this side, we're going to make our basket. It's going to be like a C shape, so it's going to wrap around and back, and we want to make it just the same size on the other side. So we're going to come around and back, and then we have part of the puppy's body in here like this, coming down in the basket. And if you want, you can make a little tail, you know, coming off the side. All right, I'm not going to do that, but what I will do is part of the basket. So I'm not going to make the basket on the outside like it's perfect. I'm going to make it a little bit bumpy. and it's because it's a woven basket, so we want to make it look like it's woven. Sometimes we get carried away being perfect, like this. And the last thing I want to do is put the details of the weave, which we just want to keep it diagonal. Take your time on these and make sure you add enough. Do the same over here. And you can see these don't look perfect, they don't look the same, but it does look woven. Alright, so we're going to color this in nice and dark for our shadow, and we'll color this in dark for our shadow here. Let's go ahead and add some shadows in some spots you might not think of. So there's a little bit of a shadow here, and there's one across the bottom of the nose here. Okay, and so at this point our basket just kind of comes down on both sides. You can color it however you want. If you want to make more woven texture down here, go ahead. That will take forever, and I don't want to do that. So let's go ahead and get our markers and get started coloring. And there we go. Our Labrador Retriever puppy in a basket. I hope you enjoyed drawing with me today. I look forward to drawing with you again soon. In the meantime, practice makes progress, so keep on drawing. I'll talk to you guys later.